Hi guys, welcome to the Accidentals podcast. First off, I just want to say thanks for all the votes, views, subscribes and likes. This is Jack, back with the boys, Josh.
Yo.
Rafe.
Hello.
And James.
Aloha.
And unfortunately, I think we've got to go to the results of the last vote.
No, we don't need to.
Tell him, Jack.
With
tell
the
him, Jack.
Coming in first, it's with Josh. You voted in your billions. You voted in your millions, and Josh was the winner with 7 million.
I had to suck so much dick for that.
Okay, well that's nice to know.
Yeah, and I was a lot of it.
Ah, it makes sense now.
Yeah.
Finally.
Me and Rafe came in joint second with 4 million. You'd think,
And I got the bronze medal then.
No.
No. You're not on the podium. Once again, you find yourself
Is it not
not
wheelchair
on the podium.
accessible? Has it not
Hey,
got
Jack.
a ramp? Is that why?
Hey, Jack. Who was last?
Yeah.
Who was fourth? Not last.
Who was last?
Fourth.
Don't worry, James. Your participation award will be in the
James,
post.
you win this salad cream that I
It will
have.
take
always
6
wanted
to
that.
8 6 to 8 weeks for 6 to 8 working weeks for delivery.
And it also has coronavirus on it.
Should we get him a special award?
Yeah, I got a special award.
Yeah, laugh it up. laugh it up.
Wait,
I
can you
thought James
tell
won
the
the special
special
award
award
in-
story, actually? Because that's a great story.
Before we mention that you're last, tell the special award story.
Well, if you didn't know that I'm a tennis player, professional tennis player.
He tries to be.
Yes. And I won the Leicestershire Disability Award, or Nottinghamshire or something, East Midlands, I think. And
You're not
instead
even
of saying that, shut up. That's the one thing I am. Instead of saying that on the award, it just says special award on it. So it's just like, there you go, little James. Special. Well done.
High five. All right.
Yeah.
Don't touch him. Don't touch him.
So yeah, James has won that again. The participation award.
Well, it's convenient 'cause it's at my house, so
James, do you have it? Do you have the award in your house?
I do, yes.
We'll
actually,
post.
Yeah.
We'll post a picture of it at the end. At the end
Yeah,
of
we
the.
need a picture of that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so shall we move on to this week's songs?
Yes,
Yeah,
let's
man,
do
let's
that.
do it.
Okay, well, I'll go first. I'll introduce my song first. I'm not going to do one first.
Yeah.
My song is "Are We the Way In St. Jimmy" by Green Day.
Cool,
Oh,
cool,
wow. I was wondering when a Green Day song was going to pop up.
Let's say, Josh, what's your song?
Mine is Denzel Curry with Clout Cobain, boys and girls.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I already hate this song.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah,
think
so-
By the way, I think
You've just
I think you missed
destroyed the
something.
good name of Kurt Cobain and called it Clout Cobain. What the fuck?
Hey, by the way, it wasn't me who did that. Why?
Can we say saving? It's all Josh's fault. It's all Josh's fault. There we go.
Yeah, sorry, good point. Yeah, good point.
Rafe, what's your song?
I'm going with a classic of Wuthering Heights by Kate Bush.
Wonderful. And James?
The Libertines with What a Waster.
Okay, cool.
I was wondering when they'd pop up.
You know who the Libertines are.
I mean, Libertines are
Oh, the drug addict one. Okay, cool. I like where this is going.
great.
Oh, the guy, the lead singer.
Oh,
Alright,
you
cool.
basically said the whole story before I could even get there. Jesus.
I was about to say that. I mean,
yeah.
my song's very drug themed, so this should be fun.
That's good. It's
Oh,
So
actually,
basically, we've
mine
got two
was-
drug.
good
Oh wait,
we
what's
hear
Clout
the
Cobain
accents.
about? What's Club?
Suicide.
Mine is fucking amazing, by the way, the story. Oh,
It's about.
shit. Fuck.
It's called Clap because it's like one of the songs about. Like, I don't know. I'll leave it to Josh. Josh is.
Well, I don't know.
Josh's
I
song.
don't know. You probably know more.
Josh, I thought you wrote it. You literally just said that you wrote it.
Well,
Hey, I'm
he's got his
joking.
black notepad
You called it.
there,
You
so-
called it Clark Cobain.
Yes, I called it Clout Cobain, yes.
I
I
thought
can't even
so. Right,
spell
I'm gonna
Clout
kick
Cobain.
this off this week, guys. I'm gonna go first. If that's okay.
Go on
with
then,
everyone.
Rafe.
Anyone
Okay,
else want to?
I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to. I think.
Stop.
Yeah, we'll take Rafe first. I'm gonna have to listen to his song though. 'Cause that's,
It's Wuthering Heights by Kate Bush.
Can I
Yeah,
just listen
dude,
to Frankie
shit.
Goes to Hollywood, The Power of Love? I prefer
I,
that song.
that is a
That's a
tune,
great
by the
song,
way.
actually.
That's
The
a
power
fucking
of
tune.
love.
Love, far from above. Let's just have that as his one.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. James, your turn.
Oh, look, the only notepad I've got in my house, it's a wheelchair tennis one, and it has Australia when they beat us in the final. It's a picture of it. It's fucking...
I want to read more into that.
I should be reading the lyrics, but I can't be asked.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks.
This is great. Your argument. I'm gonna just freeball it if possible. What are you listening to it, James? Or
I am, yeah.
Can you-
I've come
So I was going to talk about Kate Bush is very.
He's Cliff. It's me.
I was going to say, Kate Bush just tries too hard.
Oh, does she now?
Oh, here we go.
Oh, you wait until
I
my
mean,
argument, big boy. You wait,
She's no,
and you'll understand why.
Okay, we
she's
all
no
know that the
Miley
song is
Cyrus.
average, but
No, I actually think this song is probably like there is nothing quite like this song.
yeah, that's a good thing. Hey!
All right, I'll wait for the argument, boys. Come on.
Okay.
What's her name? Big Bush or some shit?
Your song is called Clout Cobain, you fat fuck.
Okay,
Do not-
Josh, don't mention any stupid jokes about bushes, okay?
Or penises?
Or sluts or penises.
That's half his material out.
You.
So, okay, well,
Yeah.
all I have now is just wheelchair jokes.
Yeah, that's fine.
Pigeons and wheelchair jokes, all you got left.
Hey, don't you dare disrespect pigeons. Who is
What?
it? What's her name? George Bush or some shit?
Yeah, George Bush Senior.
First question: did she do 9/11?
Steel guitars and Elster beam frames.
If
Rafie
Rafe
boy,
is
do you want
ready,
to start with your argumento?
Yeah, let me know when the timing is coming.
do you want to introduce your song and I'll start you off.
Lovely.
So, like,
Right, so this was Wuthering Heights by Kate Bush from the album The Kick Inside 1978. So this single actually is Britain's most successful single ever in the history of the UK because it stayed at number 1 for 4 weeks. Yep. It was named the 5th greatest song of the 70s. And the beauty of it is that she actually wrote this when she was 18 in a few hours. And I mean, she wrote the lyrics, she wrote all the instrumentals. She came up with a dance as well, probably not in that few hours, but her dance was choreographed by herself, I believe.
Yeah, so how was
I'm
that?
gonna quote Peach here. It does sound like that you're reading a very famous online article about Wuthering Heights.
Yeah, it uses a lot of quotes from Wuthering Heights. You can, whatever. She really liked the book, to be fair. And,
I mean, I did maybe assume that it was referencing.
I mean, it's a
the
good
Bronte
song, but
novel.
it's a good song, but it's no Miley Cyrus Wrecking Ball, is it? I mean, you're never going to be able to top that.
Also, so yeah, she was the first UK female artist to have a self-penned number 1
Excuse me?
ever. So
Yeah.
again, she self-penned her own music and became number 1. She took off. She removed ABBA's "Take a Chance on Me" song from the top
Oh, that's a
spot.
quality song, actually.
That is a good
Yeah, I
song,
prefer
and yet
ABBA.
this beat it. That's how much better it is.
Damn it!
I mean,
Also-
we've all got access to genius.com, Rafe. Have you got anything else to say about the?
Yes, she's a feminist icon. She's a feminist icon. Kate Bush is a feminist icon, okay?
Okay.
Why? Because she was a self-penned at number 1. She also,
bit
as
of
a
a
genuine
trial.
artist, though, there's a lot of stories about how her agency and stuff wanted to really like sexualize her.
Yeah.
But she was obviously really against that, and hence, you watch the video, it's not very
Yeah.
sexual at all. The reason why, as well, there's those 2 videos, as I said earlier, there's the English one and the American one. The one with the red dress is so popular that every year there's like a flash mob of it. So the song itself has importance in terms of that. It's returned in the charts, I think like 2001-ish.
As in, like the flash mob that doing the choreography that she's done.
Yeah.
On that.
Yeah, they
That's
do it
pretty cool,
every
that.
year. So it's had a historic lasting effect since it was released in the 70s.
Can I just
Fair.
say that you don't like? I mean, sorry, you like this song because she didn't like sexualize herself or whatever, but then you chose Miley Cyrus Wrecking Ball last week. So, yeah.
Yeah, but I
You can't
chose
do
those
that.
for different
Hey, guys,
reasons.
got him.
I
Got
chose
him.
those for different reasons. I didn't say anything about that last time.
I don't know.
Jesus.
Yeah, he did.
Disappointing.
That was the exact quote was, she didn't use any of it.
In 2000, anyway, so this song has a historical importance and has stayed relevant throughout the years.
So the songs are some 35 years apart or something like that. So
Yeah.
we could give him that one.
I also just really like Kate Bush. I think she's cool as hell. She grew up on like a farm. She
Bit of a
wrote her
tryhard.
own music. A bit of a tryout, but mate, she made it as a female in the 70s who wasn't sexualized. Like, you've got to give her that, mate. That's fucking incredible.
I can't
So-
name-
Like,
Sounds very
I'm
catchy.
talking about your guy was an 18-year-old who wrote shit about stealing laces. She uses
Janis
like a
Joplin.
literary legend in her
Janis
quote,
Joplin
in her
also did that
lyrics.
as well.
There's one thing that frustrates me about this, in that like it's quite a good song. I'm probably get a load of shit because I actually picked a metal song last week. But like, do you know like, the way that the vocals are produced? I can't tell what she's saying.
No,
Like
I can't.
it's so
yeah.
far back, and I'm.
There
I
is.
was gonna say, I picture some guys that are going. Like, that's,
Hey Jack,
like,
you don't need that to be a musician. You don't need to tell what they understand what they say. Oh no, wait, you do.
No, you don't. You can listen to different different countries' artists. Anyway, there is a new vocal that was released a few years ago with a better, more.
Is that because you realised you
vocal.
messed up the original? Is that what it is? Clearly.
I'm just saying, as far as I'm concerned, she could be saying "nut on shorty face" or what. But so.
Why is it back to me? This is not my argument. Fuck you guys.
I like how we can still make
wait, you just tried to do this to me earlier, Josh. You tried to do this to me earlier.
No, what? Jack, slay him again. Stop slaying me.
We're making fun of Josh, but he won, so you know.
Yeah, because he admittedly sucked dicks to get his votes. So.
Only 6. Is that a problem here?
Yeah, and you got 7 votes.
And the other one was you.
James, one of your votes was yourself.
Yeah.
2 of James's votes was himself.
James has 2 profiles and he voted for himself twice.
No, one of those didn't count because I got your dad and my mum, so that counts.
Oh yeah, my dad voted
so
for
I had
James.
4 overall if you count my 2.
We're not
That's
counting
5
any.
minutes.
We didn't. Anyway, I
That's
like
5
Wuthering
minutes,
Heights.
Rafe.
I think
Rafe,
it's a
that's
great
5 minutes.
song.
Shut up. No. No.
Alright.
No.
But also, no, okay, no worries.
Is he out of time?
Yeah.
Matt?
We were touching on something that my dad voted for James rather than me, so that was nice of him.
I would do the same.
Clearly a good
If you were
song
my-
then, and
if you were my
clearly a
son.
smart guy.
In all fairness, though, I got sympathy votes last time, and that's the only reason I'm not the loser this week.
Yeah, but they all show up the same. James, do you wanna take the floor?
Oh god.
Yeah, one's out. Just taking a break.
I'll start as soon as you introduce your song. I'll start the timer.
Okay, my song this week is The Libertines by... Oh, wait, no, it's not. It's What a Waster by The Libertines.
That's going in.
No,
Crumble,
my song this
crumble.
week is What a Waster by The Libertines. There we go.
No, it's going
Hey
in.
James. Hey guys. Remember James's crumble last week? Prepare to see round 2.
Well, this is probably a terrible idea, but I've picked a song, a similar idea as what Rafe did last week, but I actually like the song. So the song changed the sound of The Libertines massively. And I didn't actually know a lot about them to start with because a lot of the band is overshadowed by obviously Pete's drug addiction, and yeah. So initially, that him and the guitarist taught each other how to write songs. So one of them was a guitarist and one of them was like a poet, and they came together. And initially, their music was really just they used to basically read poetry to one of them playing the piano. So if you listen to the song, it really doesn't sound like that. It's really angry and yeah, it's completely different to that. So basically,
Sorry,
yeah,
James.
This song.
Which one's the poet out
What?
of the? Which one's the poet out of the 2?
Pete.
So Pete, the guy who I once read that he once got a syringe, he shat in a pot and fucking got a syringe and then just. Oh no, sorry, he got a paintbrush and just started painting his walls with his shit. Very poetic, by the way.
That
Yeah, we didn't
does
deal
sound
with
like
fame
what a
very
poet
well.
would do.
Dude, to be fair,
That's what I'm saying. That stuff kind of overshadowed the band quite a
God,
lot.
yeah.
Is the song meant to be completely ironic in the fact that he's talking about? Is he talking about himself through? Or
He's
is
actually not. He was apparently talking about someone that he was with at the time. When he wrote this, I mean, he drank alcohol and did a bit of recreational drugs, but he wasn't addicted like
Just
he
a bit
became.
of smack.
Yeah, I mean everyone
A little
does
bit
that.
of smack.
No, but it was actually this EP got them really famous, and the guitarist really liked the fame. He would invite people over to their flat to listen to the music, and Pete just couldn't deal with it at all. And then
Right.
eventually, he was just doing drugs to cope with it. And obviously, the Libertines have got some massive songs, and they could have been a lot bigger. It's basically reported that they could have been huge, except for the fact that basically the band just kept breaking up all the time. They broke up initially, and then with Pete becoming an addict, just kind of completely fell off the rails. And I mean, they're back together now, but that was 5 or 10 years later.
That's the kind of biggest bit of poetry in there, that he sat there writing about how someone's a massive waster and stuff like that, and then all that happened to him and other one around. It's kind of
Yeah, exactly. That's why I listened to
Yeah.
it now. It's quite interesting that as well.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm
So you chose this song because it ruined one of the artist's lives, but you kind of like the song.
Well, it didn't. Oh, he didn't deal with the fame, but he did get the band popular, which you could say is obviously a good thing. I mean, yeah.
Oh, in that anyway, it's just worth it, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, that's only like drew one guy to alcohol, drugs, a bit of smack here and there, but it's fine. They got famous.
When you think about it, when you think about it, all the wars are basically worth it. I mean, oil's worth a lot of money.
Hang on. So James, guys.
I mean, Jack, I don't agree with that.
Guys.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
So what you're saying is, for our podcast to get famous and everyone to talk about it, is I need to do smack.
Well, one of us did. So I think we just need to draw straws.
None of us said that, but if you're volunteering,
you can go do
Too
smack.
late. Already done it.
I don't think it could be me because I think people feel too sorry for me because I've already got a lot of shit going on,
Yeah. Just a reminder for everyone at home that James is in a wheelchair.
Yeah, I am.
You've already said that.
That's why I said it's a
like 3
reminder.
times here. I've done a story about it, and we said it last week. But
James, get your special awards out. For God's sake.
Okay.
I like the lyric, "What a divvy, what a fucking div." I think that is
They wrote
poetic
that about
as hell.
James, didn't they?
Oh, for God's sake.
Actually, this whole stanza or verse, whatever you want to call it, is great. Talking like a moron, walking like a spiv. What's a spiv, guys? What's a spiv?
It's just an insult, isn't it? I don't really know.
I've never said to my brother, "Oh, bro, you're a spiv."
It's because you're
It's
posh.
from. I don't know. Yeah, that's true. But like, it's from like. I just remember it from Peep Show. It's like, I called him a spod, sort of a mixture of a spiv and a flod or something.
I didn't know it was even in Peep
No,
Show.
you're not
If
having
it's
that.
in Peep Show, that is the Oracle.
No, you're not
Fair
having
enough. No, if it's in
any of
Peep Show, that's the Oracle.
Mate, if anyone's the Oracle or Peep Show, it's gonna be one of us. Like, I've tried to get as many references in as I can over the
Yeah, you've only got 2,
past-
so Jack's winning that one.
James, your time's up, by the way.
Okay, that's fine.
Pete Doherty, man, he went out with Kate Moss, didn't he? Is that the right guy? Oh, he went out with Kate Moss.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I was about to say another spat of irony when when she got into. She got into the drugs with him while they were together as well.
Well, there was a picture of those two. He was in a recording studio, and she was just there, just nailing lines of coke. So I was just like,
That seems
Have you
like
seen a picture of him
solid,
now?
healthy
Like,
relationship.
He's 40
Allegedly.
now, and he does not. He looks like he's had a hard life. Not gonna lie.
he's like,
Is he gonna be one of these people like Keith Richards though, who just ends up like living until they're like 90 for no reason?
Oh, dude,
What,
like that guy from the Pogues,
I was
that
thinking
fairy tale
that.
in New
I
York
was thinking
song.
the exact same one.
He's like the biggest crackhead ever, and somehow he's alive.
Yeah, they wheel him out every year with no teeth. And, well, he's got new teeth.
He's got a special award.
He's got. My favourite thing is though, you know that he's got like no teeth. He's got new teeth now. The people saying like, oh, I don't like the sound of his voice with the new teeth. I think they're stopping him from being able to sing. I'm like, he could never sing in the first place.
No, he could never sing.
That was part of the point of it.
Yeah.
James,
when I last saw him, it was a documentary a couple of years ago, and he looked and sounded exactly like Gollum.
So James, your song this week's The Pogues. Am I right or?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I mean, it's the Christmas theme this week, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the only notable song they've done.
All right, cool.
Right. Okay. That's good.
I didn't crumble.
Well, I won't go that far. James, you didn't drop
in.
the crumble this week. Put it that way.
It's just got hair in it for some reason.
5-second rule.
Needs longer if
Right,
James
falls
has
on the
had
floor,
it.
you want it more.
Jesus. All right, Jack, are you ready?
Okay. All right. I guess I should be on to mine.
You're gonna
Do
introduce
you
it?
guys want to listen to my song? My song's "Are We the Waiting Saint Jimmy" by
Okay, cool.
Green Day.
Are we the what? Doesn't it just say Jimmy?
No, it's "Are We the Waiting Saint Jimmy."
Oh.
Does it just say Jimmy? Jimmy the Jimbledon fucking Green Day?
No, because there's a song. No, because there's. Okay.
It's
the same.
in the Saint Jimmy. It's two parts to one song.
Yeah,
They're not just individual songs.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, I remember this now. It's Blink 182, isn't it?
Save that for the argument, boyo.
Down
Stop singing it.
There we go. I just need to minimise you guys because you know like the little thing that comes across on Skype that like shows like a preview of your guys' video. It's over all my notes.
That's good.
So
you don't need
as good as that.
Well, if you truly know the song, you don't know the note. You don't need the notes, do you?
How about you suck my nuts? Okay, so yeah, my song is "Are We the Waiting Saint Jimmy" by Green Day. The song's from American Idiot, like the rock musical from 2004. I could basically pick any song from this album, but some are 9 minutes long, and having to get that through in 5 minutes is probably quite difficult. So yeah, it's made up of 2 parts, which are completely in contrast to each other. "Are We the Waiting," which is basically it's telling the story of the main character, Jesus of Suburbia. It's like his soliloquy, who's like losing belief in himself and struggling to define who he is, and it's like, it's basically like the starting the development of kind of him turning, well, we'll say of him kind of before he meets Saint Jimmy, and it just goes completely off the rails. And so yeah, you can see stuff like that. Like there's a lyric called there's a second thoughts live in isolation, which is basically like everyone right now.
Jack,
so
is the whole album like the story of it, or is it just a song?
Yeah, the whole album is a massively long story. It's a concept album.
Okay.
But yeah, then it's just Saint Jimmy, which unbelievably is the song that introduces the character Saint Jimmy. Fun fact.
Didn't see that coming.
Yeah, exactly. Basically, he turns this like lonely, apathetic young man into a drug-addled, volatile, and self-destructive person. So it's a bit like James's song when you think about it.
And that's a good thing, isn't it? Come on.
Yes.
I don't think it is now.
Well,
I
the
mean,
way
but I don't anymore.
he didn't know who he was, and now he does. So yeah, stop, like get on with it. Right. Yeah, so the music tells the story, like all the way it's like slow and sad, but like as he kind of walks around this new town, questioning his existence, and Saint Jimmy's just really upbeat, like and it like it tells the story in the song. Like there's a bit in the bridge where it's like really erratic and loud, and that's just basically when Johnny and Saint Jimmy just say fuck it, take a lot of coke and stuff like that. So yeah, it's all telling the story. But one thing that you kind of realise in the song is that they're actually both the same, like it's like the same person. Like Saint Jimmy is like his id kind of thing, and it's just there's like lots of foreshadowing this in the song. Like what was it says he's like the patron saint of denial, and like 'cause he's like denying that it's actually him who has all these problems and stuff like that. And there's also like was it Suicide Commando that your mama talked about, which like because he taught like his mama said like this is what you're gonna become eventually, kind of thing. You don't learn to control yourself.
The only thing is, I think with Green Day is particularly when I was at school, is obviously when I was listening to it. I just always can't get it out of my head that fucking year sevens listen to them, and I think once they hit their biggest prime, maybe after Boulevard of Broken Dreams or whatever song it was, fucking just kids to start listening to them. I think I had a fucking album when I was like 10, and then after that, I think their massive age range of, you might disagree, but I personally feel like they're a bit of a you like them at 12 and then you hate them when you're 18, 19. Or I personally think like Ed Sheeran essentially.
I think that the way that you could look at it like that, but like because I was kind of similar. Like I used to love them when I was like kind of between the age of like 10 and like kind of 13, and then I went off them a bit. But like now I've gone back and I now kind of truly appreciate what this album actually is. Like the whole like start to finish, it tells a complete story.
I had that with,
and like if you sit there and listen to it,
sorry,
and,
go on.
And all the tunes are a massive change compared to like what they used to be like, which is But
which album was this? Because like
American Idiot.
No, but sorry, which number album was this?
Oh, good question.
I think it's Hey, what was the
also,
album?
is this two songs or one?
What
Is this
was the
two songs or one? I'm confused.
What was the album?
I thought we had.
What?
Is this two songs or is it one song?
It's because it's part of a musical. It's like an act.
Oh God.
It's a whole act.
And I
Yeah,
well,
I
don't know what it is like. It's because the two songs are on the same kind of stage bit. I don't know what the term is because I don't do musicals.
Is it that he couldn't be asked to write two songs, so he just wrote one and just was like, yeah, give me credit for both, you know? That's kind of what it is. Yeah.
Well, no, because it's all in the song. It's like on the album, it's down as one song. So and I think that I'm going to put out there. I think it's either the seventh album or the sixth album, but I don't know.
Really, it's done that many albums. I mean,
they've done loads of albums.
Well, I know they've done loads now. I thought that was like early on still. Actually, no.
No,
Okay.
2000 and.
I just remember hating. Is it Billy?
The Shenanigans of 2002.
I just remember hating Billy. Is it Billy Joel? No, Billy.
Billy Joel. Yeah, it's Billy Joel, mate. Yeah, Billy Joel.
What's his name?
You've had 5 minutes now, Jack.
Okay, now I've had
So
5
we need
minutes.
to
Can we
talk
address
about
how Ray sounds like he's talking through a fucking like one of them
Oh, it does
alien
sound like
megaphones?
a lawnmower. It does sound like a lawnmower. Do you want to go and watch mine while he's sorting his shit out or whatever?
Yeah, that's a good idea. But he'll need to listen to it as well, won't he?
Like, yeah, I need you to watch the videos. Oh, yeah, it's quite to talk about.
I thought all the lyrics were, I just want to kill myself, so it's quite interesting.
Suicidal thoughts,
So the only ones I know.
Cobain. Tune, bro. Tune. Damn.
I love Nirvana.
So does every other 12-year-old girl who has their T-shirt.
Fuck
I
off.
don't
Kurt
think they
Cobain
do,
would be
actually.
turning in his grave if they saw them having a T-shirt
Yeah,
on.
I agree.
He's not
Kurt-
dead. He's not dead. Okay? He's
Isn't
not.
Kurt Cobain's the lead singer of Foo Fighters, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
I'll start when you introduce the song.
Okay, man, I'm ready now. Okay, cool. So, Josh here. Mine, yours, everyone's favourite round. It's time for the rap round. My song is that's my catchphrase, and there's nothing you guys can do about it. Will I be saying it? Will I be saying it every day for the next 10 years? Yes, I will. But yeah, it's time for the rap round. My song is Clout Cobain by Denzel Curry. Now, clout, I should probably describe what that word is. Clout means fame, internet fame, sort of chains, girls, everything that fame comes with. And Cobain, a guy who once killed himself. And the song is obviously all about suicide. Now, in the video,
He didn't kill himself.
in the video, yeah, a lot of the lyrics, he seems to repeat himself, saying, "You want me to kill myself." Now, what he's saying by that is, basically, I don't like to bring things up like this, but basically when a celebrity is struggling with certain things, and there's comments in the, comments online with like, oh, you're a fucking whatever it is, and he's like, "Oh, you want me to kill myself?" Like, he's just suggesting that. Now, if you watch the video is incredible. Now, there's lots of different characters that play a different role in this video. As you can see, there's a circus, and there's a guy who's sort.
Yeah, the video is going to be really helpful for all our podcast listeners. Yeah.
Way.
Yeah, but the video.
Good work, Josh.
But the video explains the song, Jack. So
He's
No, I'm
crumbling.
not. So the video explains the song. Now, the song. So what I was going to say is the circus, the guy who's leading the circus is essentially the sort of, and obviously I don't know if some of the more aware people in the videos, the circus leader, he has a hypnotizer thing on his neck, so he's hypnotizing the crowd with what he's saying and doing. Now this represents a record label hypnotizing the fans to believe whatever the fuck they want. The rapper has no say in this. That's why Denzel Curry in the thing plays a clown, and he's essentially, I don't know if you also noticed, but he has a ball and chain on, so he's trapped. He feels trapped.
Yeah.
Now, one part of the song and the video, it's Denzel talks about how bad drugs are, and the crowd are like, "What the fuck?" And then what happens is the record label producer guy, or who's playing the dictator in this, he yells at Denzel, and then he says, and then he puts on a smile and pretends everything's all right, and then Denzel sort of changes and goes, "Okay, drugs are fine," basically, and then the crowd cheer and everything's happy. But a lot of the lyrics are a lot of him being a little bitch and a bit of a prisoner in his own world, and then he's basically being torn apart by the producers and all of the things that come with actually obviously music and stuff. So obviously it's not all sunshine and rainbows, and that's what the song's all about.
I actually quite like the message. Sorry to interrupt. I really like the message of your song so far, but I can't help but find the lyric, "I'm feeling like Raichu because everything's shocking to me," which is obviously a reference to poker.
Yeah.
That's not great. And also, Josh just said he's a little bitch, which
Yeah, I was just like, I'm just gonna. That's gonna get cut up for the promo.
It's him being a little bit. No, it's him. No, it's him thinking that he's a little bitch because he has no say in anything. He has no say in what's going on, like all rappers. So, like, well, obviously, there's a lot of stigma in the rap world about drugs, lean, Xanax, and then comments, people are laughing at them essentially, and he's sort of and the record producers are exploiting that. Hey, why don't you do a TikTok of you on Xanax? Hey, why don't you do a fucking thing on you on lean? They would love it. 12-year-old girls are gonna fucking love it. And basically the song is just suggesting he hates all of that stuff. And Denzel, I personally think, I know it's my song, but I personally think this song is the most influential rap song in the last 10 years.
Whoa, that's a big statement.
That's a bold claim for someone that you described as a
He
bitch.
thinks he's a little bitch. He thinks he's a little bitch.
So like, is he's doing these things described about like labels and stuff like that. Is he still part of a label, or has he left? Is he now? What's the deal with that?
I was going to say also, yeah, I will get to that, but this will lead on.
Or is it just about other people?
Yeah. So what he's done is he's released a few other hits before this Clout Cobain song. So he's obviously done some hits, they've done well, and then he's thought, oh, I hate all of this. He's changed record labels. I can't remember the record label, but he has done something about it. And basically the record label was like, right, we want to work with you on this. We give you full backing. Fuck the music world producers and stuff, which is quite interesting. I don't know if you guys agree, but I thought that was fascinating. So a lot of this song as well is you see the audience copying what Denzel's doing, and that's what a lot of the record label bad one that he was with, the toxic one, they wanting him to do all the drugs and do all the bad things, the stigma, and get arrested, have guns. They wanted him to do that, and then the audience is copying him in the video. So he
it is an interesting video, but it's basically just copying The Greatest Showman, because it's just,
What?
massive clown and showman.
Right.
I mean, it just is. So if you like The Greatest Showman, then fair enough. But
Yeah, I
it's
think
personally not to my
actually
taste.
all of the people, it's got the same audience, like
That's it.
kids,
You
8-year-olds.
You know, you talk about what is it about people just trying to get clout by like chatting shit. Can we just send Denzel Curry a thing saying your Clout Cobain is basically just a rap, The Greatest Showman? See how,
God, he's gonna write.
see
No,
how it
I
goes
actually have
down.
to say, I do quite like this song. I think the message on it is good. I just have some issues with, like some of the lyrics feel a little bit cheap to me. But
Now,
I mean-
I like the idea of the song. It's just I do kind of greatly dislike the song, but I like the message behind it, but I don't actually like.
yeah,
the
that's
tune,
fair
but
enough.
yeah.
I just wanted to talk about the end.
also, why are Suicidal Doors call it Kurt Cobain? Like, there's some bits like that I don't understand why that's.
So,
the lyric of
Suicidal-
that. That's a
so
whole lot.
let me explain
It's been 5 minutes, by the way.
Oh,
But,
can I explain that?
Yeah.
Is he just
Sure.
using the name
Yeah,
Kurt
go on then.
Cobain just to try and make it like just to sell
Just to try and get clout.
Yeah.
Sorry, say what was your thing, Rafe?
That's kind of going against the message, I would have thought.
Unless maybe this song is actually just trying to get clout by going against the crowd, being like controversial, saying like, yo, actually I don't do drugs. Then like, oh my god, let's give him clout for this. Like, anyway.
Can you stop
So
arguing for Josh,
yeah, I
please?
agree. But going back to Rafe's thing,
No, that
going
was-
back to Rafe's Suicidal Doors, call it Kurt Cobain. Basically, he's going into another door, into a whole new realm, and he's feeling suicidal. And he's shutting the door, and he's doing a Kurt Cobain essentially. That's
I think the buzzer's already
okay.
gone,
I'll
Josh.
shut the fuck up. But can I
Yeah,
just?
but
Yeah, go on.
I've got a question
Sure.
to ask. That does he use Kurt Cobain's name just for clout?
Doesn't a lot of people use
Does
inspiration?
he use Raichu's name for clout?
yeah. But doesn't every?
I prefer Pikachu, so what do you think about that?
You could say that about anything,
I
Jack.
do prefer Pikachu.
Did
All the crowd are going to start booing you, James, because you're using Pikachu rather than Raichu.
at the end of the song, he does kill himself. By the way, I know I've finished now, but at the end of the song, you hear a gunshot, and he does end up killing himself. So at the end, also, he rubs off this mask that he has on, this sort of face paint and stuff. He rubs it off, and that's the true identity of him, and he kills himself, man. And then the crowd are like, "What the fuck?
That's a positive
and then the
message,
crowd
isn't
are
it?
like, "We've done this." Yeah, but it really is a positive message. Look what the crowd.
Yeah, no,
look
I
what the
understand
crowd's
that.
doing to this fucking poor man.
It's basically like a rap version of just don't be a dick.
Yeah, to simplify it, don't be a dick, dude. Jesus. But yeah, that's.
I can really get on with the message. Whether I like
Yeah, I like the message.
tune or
I
whatever
do
or
see
not,
what you're
it's-
saying with the whole
Josh,
is he using Kurt Cobain? But how many people? Of course he is. Like it would be,
And
it'd be
Raichu.
stupid not to. And Raichu, of course. So wait, is Kurt Cobain Pikachu in this? I don't know. What?
I think so.
But yeah,
Right.
Did Pikachu kill himself?
I think
Raichu
I forgot. For God's
he
sake,
bolted himself with it. He
think we're-
thunderbolted it. He got in a bath and just bolted it.
Raichu used self-destruct.
So Raichu's the little bitch in this.
That's not going in.
Yeah, it's the
Oh, definitely use that. But yeah, that's Denzel Curry with Clout Cobain.
Yeah, but Kurt Cobain didn't kill himself, so I don't
Well,
know
yeah,
why
what-
they-
But you know what?
For
In all
God's sake.
fairness, guys, I'm
you've been
very
waiting
happy.
all this time to try and get Kurt Cobain didn't kill himself into this podcast.
I only mentioned it really quietly, and then no one was. I said
Yeah,
it, no one
I know.
mentioned, so I was like, yeah.
I'm just happy Josh has finally picked a song with a meaning that isn't about stealing
Oh
shoelaces.
no, he killed
not on
like
Shorty's
6
face.
people, but you don't need to know that.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
a nice guy. He's
He didn't steal anyone's shoelaces. He
Allegedly.
just killed them all, dude. No,
Well,
this
that's
guy
fair.
killed no one. I'm not trying to, that. Okay, take a,
So,
bad boy.
allegedly.
Yeah, bad boy.
The thing is, if
Oh,
you
you changed
don't
the
win
tune
this
since last week. I think we're going to revoke that.
Yeah, but if you don't win this week, then there's an issue because it's like if you do a terrible song with a terrible meaning,
Okay.
you win.
People just love
if you
Bad
do a song
Boys.
with
Okay,
some
next
meaning-
week is Murder on My Mind by fucking.
Great.
All right, I
so,
think
like,
that's all our songs done, isn't it?
Yeah, so our song's done. We're thinking that if you guys want to vote, we are actually going to use a straw poll this time, so we can keep all the
Sorry.
votes in one place to
Yeah,
make
go on.
life easier for
Because
us.
so many of mine
Sorry,
got
Jack,
lost,
what is
that
a
was
straw
the
poll?
issue.
Yeah, they all got
What's the straw poll?
what? It's basically just a website where it's just a poll.
Oh,
like
yeah.
you can
Yeah,
put it in we'll put it in the YouTube comments, and we'll put it on the Facebook and stuff. Just say, oh, you got to just click on it and click who you want to vote for. It keeps everyone in one place.
Perfect. I mean, your guys' arguments were all really cute and everything, but whatever. Cute, cute.
All right,
Cute.
Raichu. So once you've voted on the straw poll, we've decided to kind of evolve the podcast a bit, and basically at the end of every month, where the biggest loser will be doing a forfeit, and the end of this month, April. I mean, I assume that we're probably going to be in quarantine for a little bit longer, so we're going to be doing a quarantine concert if you lose with the songs that we've done, like in this thing. Not like just the ones that you've said, but like a plethora of songs through different genres to amuse you. So basically, if you think it's going to be that someone's going to be particularly hilarious in doing that, please don't vote for them.
Basically,
Yeah.
don't vote for Jack because if he loses, he's actually a musician, so his will
Yeah.
sound
Oh,
good
by
and
the
you'll
way,
like
good
it,
luck
so,
singing Wrecking Ball, Jack. Jesus.
Well, I'm going to be better at singing Wrecking Ball than I am going to be singing any of your
Hey,
songs.
take a.
Or the what was it the Kill Switch Engage one?
You've also got to dress up as the person. That's the thing.
Oh God.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah,
I feel
if
like we're
Josh
all going to have
just
to
think
miss
about-
out Josh's because of the
If
extreme
Josh,
lyrics.
if Josh,
No, that's not how it works.
if Josh loses, then he's going to have to do. He's going to have to dress up as Denzel Curry.
Oh,
in
that'd
the
be
music video.
awesome.
Yes.
That'd be fucking awesome. I would love to do that.
You've got to dress up as the great showman.
But I also really want to see James in a red dress doing the Wuthering Heights dance.
Yeah.
Do you want
does
me to do
that
it now?
anyway.
I've got one here.
Is that for your Tuesday nights, your special Tuesday nights?
Is it your wife? Is that your wife's or ex-wife? Sorry.
It's for his Monday afternoons.
Can you not bring up my ex-wife,
Sorry,
please?
sorry.
But, I mean, it's a podcast, and I'm trying
So
to
we have
involve-
guys now. Do we have the whose song would you guys vote for if you were to vote?
We need to do those 2 minutes where we just explain, or even like 30 seconds why
Well-
your song deserves
Oh yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yes, recap.
Okay, so,
who was
Ray
I
first.
went first. Yeah, so Kate Bush with Wuthering Heights was mine. It's historical significance and it's feminist icon. I've bottled it. Feminist icon stuff. Vote for me. I can't do this. I can't lose.
if people are actually listening this far, he's gonna lose. I mean, they won't. but it's
Sorry,
fine.
can you repeat that? Sorry.
Can you just
Yeah,
crumble
can you
again?
just crumble
'Cause we
again
need
just so I
it.
can
Yeah.
video it?
No, sorry, you've run out of time. Mine is.
505.
Do you want to say a bit more, or are you done?
Oh no, I think I smashed that. I think I've absolutely.
Yeah, I've got
Your
great.
voice
I
got
don't
higher
think that
and
could be
higher.
any better.
It's like,
Okay. My song was "What a Waster" by the Libertines. It changed massively what the band did. It made them get a deal and become popular. It shows a lot of passion and the anger that they were experiencing, and it kind of, I think, with me listening to that song and doing the argument, it sheds a bit of light on what is normally a band that is overshadowed by Pete Doherty and his drug
Yeah.
addiction.
Yeah, well said.
yeah, well said.
Okay,
Well,
See,
compared to me, anything was
James,
well
that was
said.
better.
Don't give him that.
I think
James,
he's
that was
nailed
better than your
to be
actual
fair.
argument.
He's nailed that. Yeah, probably.
That was better than your actual argument.
I did say that in my argument though,
yeah,
so
right.
shut up.
Yeah, we weren't listening.
Oh,
So it's getting cut
Because
out.
you were
It's
just
getting
listening
cut
to my
Wait,
song on
James,
repeat,
I
weren't
didn't
you?
realise you were here. Oh, hey, James.
Wait, is my mic
Jack,
not on?
your turn.
Yeah, my song was "Are We the Waiting Saint Jimmy" by Green Day. It's just a great. It's basically a couple of very kind of different tunes kind of put together. Sounds really good, and it's shows a great bit of character development, which is key for the musical as it moves on and changes pace like dramatically. Vote for me if you like cookies.
I don't, sorry.
Bribery.
Bribery.
Vote for me if you like Coke.
Pay attention, young man.
I also like the
Oh.
drugs.
I do many of the drugs.
Okay, and Josh?
Yeah, guys, are we all going to say it together or what? Like, this is mine, yours, everyone's
Josh.
favourite
I hate
round. Need I go on? But yeah, my song was Denzel.
I think that's time's up.
Denzel Curry. I was going to say Denzel Raichu. What the fuck? Denzel Curry with Clout Cobain.
Oh, you messed that up, haven't you? You and Rafe have messed this royally up again.
Mine is Pokemon Chew. Wait, what?
Shame. Okay, that's the end of the Accidentals podcast this week.
No,
Please
dude,
make
mine
sure
sucked
to-
again. Dude, mine sucked again every week.
Why, you
Yes,
crumbling?
and it bugs me. It bugs me. Jack,
The crumble is firmly dropped on the
Jack,
floor.
count me in again.
Josh,
Jack, count me in
join
again.
me, Josh, in the chasm.
I was doing well. Jack, count me in again.
All over the walls. It's gotta.
What flavour's your crumble,
I feel
Josh?
like I'm more of a.
Floor flavoured.
I'm more of a. I don't know, heroin or some shit. I don't know.
Okay.
Good point.
I want mine
Okay,
again.
sorry, everyone quiet so Josh can speak because he's not very good under pressure. So go.
My notes say.
Way to put him under a load of pressure there.
I'm done. Fuck you guys.
Yeah, so basically just don't vote for Rafe or Josh again. I mean, you don't listen to us.
I mean, you
do that
vote.
anyway.
You voted for those two last time anyway, so you know it's fine. You just vote for them again, please.
Just vote
please,
for
friend.
Arctic Monkeys, whatever. I don't know.
Great.
I don't care. I've given up on
Can't
this
believe
bonus thing.
I had such a good speech planned for that as well, and I fucking bottled it. I mentioned
Well, you also
Right.
wrote about 20 minutes for your normal one, but you know, that was
meow.
Ooh.
Meowth.
Ooh.
Meowth from Pokemon now, is it? Fucking hell.
good. Well,
yeah,
meow.
yeah, he's a sick Pokemon too.
Yes.
Oh, did you guys?
Yes,
Okay.
I know Pokemon. Don't test me.
Dude, you guys shout all over mine. I thought I was winning that. Fuck you guys.
And on this note.
Oh right,
thanks very
yeah,
much for listening.
Denzel Curry, Clout Cobain. Yeah, go check it out, whatever.
Yeah, if
Good
you
point.
want to check us out on Facebook, YouTube, and Spotify, we'll add these songs to the
And
Spotify
your mum's
playlist.
house.
Instagram, yeah, that too.
And also me, Josh on Omegle, because he's
No.
Oh yeah.
getting
Oh, yeah,
you guys.
it should be important that Josh has just basically been slothing Omegle to try and get views for us.
No, because we've actually got a lot of good comments on the first podcast, so the more people can see it, the kind of better.
So yeah,
And it's,
Yeah, let's give
Thanks
it
very
together.
much.
Let's
Really
put our
appreciate
hands together for our incredible marketing team who sit there until 4 a.m. talking to strangers on Omegle,
It's really.
promising that they're not getting their dicks out.
seen so many
I've
dicks.
seen.
Oh, yeah.
So many
guys,
dicks.
I've gone through so many weird-looking bent penises for some reason. Why are they all bent? I don't get it.
Is yours
Well,
not?
that's normal, right?
All right. Well done, guys. By the way, that was really fucking good.
They call that Ben the pleaser.
Anyway,
I thought it was the
yeah, thank
Destroyer.
you for listening, everyone at home.
That's goodbye from Jack.
Goodbye
Goodbye
from
from-
Rafe.
It's goodbye from Raichu.
The-
Merry birth, Merry birthmas.
Goodbye for James.
Bye.